Hello, everyone. I don't know if I'm going to share this one or not. This one is going to be more like a podcast, I guess you could say, because it's a listening thing, it's not a visual. I had a dream, just like Martin Luther King, you know? For peace on fucking earth. But no, that's not, everyone wants, well, not everyone, whatever, you know what I mean? I just wanted a peaceful family, you know? That homey feeling, ultimately. And that is not how shit goes, apparently. Anyways, I woke up again. Well, I don't know. I was awake and then not awake and whatever. And did I already record this morning? I can't remember. The days are all mixed up. I can't remember the days. And when I said what, because there's, I don't know, whatever. There's a reason for that. Because I mentioned certain dates and then I don't. So I guess the dates are important, or there's 116. Just saw that. Yeah, there's a significance to the certain things I say. But anyways, with the most recent time that I woke up, I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. Son of a bitch. Anyways, I hate sneezing so much. Yeah, so I had this dream, and I was kind of half awake, half asleep, which is usually when I remember most of my dreams, because I don't know, it's like conscious, unconscious, like whatever fucking that is. And I don't remember the exact order of the dream, but I remember everything in the dream. And I know that it started off, I was in a living room, and like the kitchen was bright for, this is how I just want to set the scene, I guess, in the house, because the house represents a sense of self in a dream anyways. It could represent a situation too, but it's almost like the kitchen is the heart of the home, you know? So that's where love is and all that stuff. And like legit in my house, not in a dream, we still have Christmas lights in the kitchen, like that light up. So, and it was really bright in the kitchen, but it was dark everywhere else in this dream. And the living room, I was in there. It didn't look like my house though. It almost looked like a castle. Like there was bricks. I mean, I'm like the what the fuck? The foundation of a house when it's not concrete, it's those cylinder blocks or whatever. I don't know. Concrete things, whatever, the concrete blocks. But it looked like a fucking castle. And that's why I was like, oh, is it dark? It's so dark in here, probably because it is a fucking castle, in the dream at least. And it just could be lights out, like, you know, maybe it's evening or nighttime, or, you know, there's not much clarity anywhere else or something. I'm not really sure, because the living room is also like where you congregate. It's like a friendly environment, it's where the community is, so it's kind of dark there. It's almost like everyone's in the dark to a situation or something. But I was in there, and my face hurts right now talking about this. My ex-friend's sister was in there. Was she in the living room? No, she wasn't in the living room, because I was in the living room by myself. And I was like, I'm gonna go downstairs to have a cigarette. I felt like something was wrong. Oh, I just saw 422, and there's weed in this dream too. What? I'm like, I'm gonna go downstairs to have a cigarette, which I'm doing right now, which is kind of ironic. But anyways, I come down here, and that's where my ex-friend's sister was. And I looked at her and I was like, what are you doing here? Like, we don't even talk, kind of thing. And she's like, oh, I'm just, whatever. I can't remember everything she said, but she's like, I'm just doing laundry. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not a big deal, whatever. So I let her do her laundry. And then I went back. Did I go back upstairs? Yeah, I went back upstairs. And then I came back down because I didn't really do much upstairs. Or was it? I went upstairs. And then I came back down. I did a few things or whatever. It was not important. And then I came back down. And she was gone. Like she did her laundry and left, but I don't know if she took her laundry or not, but she left her laundry soap behind. And I went over to the stairs and I was like, oh, like what laundry soap does she use, you know? And it was a purple container and it had lavender on it. Lavender. And it was in a small bottle. And I was like, okay. I don't know if there's a significance there with this poison crap because it can seep through your skin, so be careful with laundry if that's the case. Maybe someone was doing that to me at one point, but my sister had used this laundry soap that's similar, but I don't know if it's lavender scent, it's just a purple bottle. But, like in real life she does, and she used to do her laundry here. She doesn't anymore, and now the fucking washer's fucked up. Could be divine intervention doing that, just saying. I don't know. I mean, I get the pods now. I don't fuck around with anything, apparently, and I didn't even realize why I got the pods. I just started to. Anywho, so yeah, I was looking at her laundry soap. I didn't open it or anything. I just was looking at it and set it down. And then I went upstairs and I went to do a reading. And I'm sitting like at a desk in my reading spot in the dream. And like I said, everything was dark except for that Christmas kitchen, which I hadn't even gone in there yet. I didn't even know that it was lit up, you know what I mean? So I'm recording and it was in color. I was watching myself. I was watching my reading. Basically, I was watching myself fucking my own reading. And there were geisha masks, like, behind me. There were 3 of them. They were, like, I don't know, you can get them at, like, the fairs and stuff or whatever. But there was 3 little ones. And they were clustered together. And then I had this, like, mask on with feathers and stuff that matched. But it wasn't a full mask, it was just over my eyes. And I don't know what I was talking about in the reading, but that really stood out to me as those geisha masks and that feather mask. And it was all crystal clear. The little one I talk about has a mask similar to what I'm talking about. And there's pictures of her and I with it from a long time ago. And my sister has those geisha masks on her wall. She's had them since she was a kid. But a lot of people have that crap, you know? This fucking boiler's gonna kick on in a minute. So it might drown me out a little. But, yeah, there it is. Oop, there it is. So there was that. And then I finished recording, saying whatever the hell I was saying. And fucking shit, the thing is so loud. But anyways, maybe someone's saying that about me. But gosh, it's just so fucking loud with information. My arm hurts again. My hand fucking hurts too. While I'm talking about this. So yeah, I walked, whatever. And then I go into like I don't know, like a kitchen area, but it didn't seem like a kitchen. Maybe it was like a dining room or something. There was a counter. I was sitting at a counter with a man. I don't know who this fucking man is. Like, actually, you know what's kind of funny is, in the dream, I was like, I don't know who the man is, but now I'm remembering his face. It was Charlie Sheen. like 2.5 men, you know? So I'm sitting there, and this guy, Charlie, oh, Charlie, in the chocolate factory, I don't know, whatever. He's sitting there with his arms, you know, folded on the counter, just kind of listening to me. And there were stockings, because I was like, I want to hang the stockings up for Christmas, but I don't have anything to put in them, is what I said. And I only needed 2 for my kids. I was like, I just want to hang them up for my kids. Even if I can't put anything in them, I just want to hang them up, you know, because it's festive and shit. So he's like, he kind of nodded his head like, no, that's a good idea. There's something like that. And I don't know, I put 2 stockings together, like 2 different types. They look different. And I put them together to make, I don't know, there was 4 total, but then they turned into 2. Excuse me, I don't know why, but anyways, I never hung the fucking stockings up in the dream, but I wanted to. I was like, I gotta do something. I have to at least do something. So, it's like I have to at least do something for my kids or someone or whatever. And started making a card, basically. And what's funny is there's 2 pieces of paper, I taped them together, and to make a card. I don't know what the fuck was on the inside, I don't remember, but on the cover of the card, it was like little notes, and it was just like how I wrote those channel messages in the last reading thing that I did, which I haven't uploaded yet, but it'll be uploaded at some point. Should have done it by now. I will. I should have done it by now, but whatever. Anyway, so I was happy about the card. I'm like, so it was almost like spiritual messages on the front with something hidden on the inside. It's like, I don't know. It looks like a card on the front, but there's something. I don't fucking know, because the messages were like right out in the open, but I don't know why I couldn't figure out what was on the inside. Something like that. But then it made me think of, for some fucking reason, so it's symbolism and stuff, but it made me think of actual Christmas cards, because my kids got money. Like, my daughter got 100, my son got 200, and Andrew got 300 from my mom for Christmas. I didn't get any, but I mean, I got gifts and stuff. I don't know. I don't know why that pops in my head. I really don't. And then yeah, I don't know. But and then oh, because I kept saying 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And that's a dollar amount. So that could be the symbolism there. Like 1, 2, 3, like 100, 200, 300. And then 300, 200, 100. 3, 2, 1, 0. Maybe I'm the 0. I just heard no, but 3. I don't know. I keep saying that shit. So anyways, it's like, let's move this forward. 1, 2, 3. Let's backtrack. 3, 2, 1. I don't know. Whatever. I made a fucking card. I was all proud of it. And it had the spiritual messages on it. So then I asked the guy, I'm like, when is Christmas anyways? And he goes, Christmas is today. And I'm like, today? I was like, I thought it was Christmas Eve. What the hell? And he's like, nope, that was yesterday. Like, you're a little behind. Someone's behind in the situation. And I was like, fuck. I can't believe Christmas is today. I keep saying Christmas is that homey feeling, so it could have to do with a family situation or a love situation, but I was like, damn it. So I was like, it's okay, because even though I don't have anything right now, later when I get home, because I was at somebody else's home is what it felt like when I was talking to that dude about Christmas and crap and making a card, that wasn't my house. It's like when I walked into that place, it wasn't my house. And then I was like, it's okay because, you know, this will do for now, like the messages, the card, whatever. When I go home, I can give my kids, you know, the gifts that they actually, you know, I can give them the gifts that I got them ultimately, is what I said. So it could be tangible presents and gifts, or it's like, when I go home, I can give my kids these gifts. I don't know what the gifts are. It could be spiritual gifts as well. But anyways, yeah, so there was that. And then I walked into another room, which was kind of like a bedroom. Oh shit, I forgot part of the dream. Should I say that first? Yeah, okay, so before I walked in the bedroom, because when I was down in the basement the second time when I said that my ex-friend's sister, whatever, wasn't there anymore, all of a sudden a white truck, oh yeah, 16 minutes in, all of a sudden a white truck with a long bed, so it was a long truck, fucking came out of nowhere, out of the basement, just drove through the basement, but there was a garage door there, so it could have been driving through the garage, like maybe it was parked in the garage, drove out, but I don't know, in the dream I literally didn't see it, and then all of a sudden it was there, and it was flying through the garage, and it had crap in the back of it. I don't know, it had a bunch of shit in it, but it also had a mattress on the top, and it looked like a full-size mattress. And the mattress looked like one that I had when I was younger, like the pattern of it. It was like green and pink and like floral patterned, and it was worn down and wore out. It was old. And so that's why it was in the back of the truck, to get rid of it, basically, because it was an old fucking mattress. I don't know what the significance of that is, but it was raining and snowing and it was shitty out. And when the door opened, the truck went out with it, but then they pushed the button to close the door, and whoever was driving, because it was my ex-friend's sister, it was that woman that was still driving the truck. And she misjudged, and the mattress fell out. And I was like, oh shit, the mattress was all wet and gross and whatever. I was like, yeah, she didn't time that one right, did she? Is what I said in the dream. Like, I just remember looking at it going, what an idiot. And so I don't really know what the mattress represents exactly, but somebody fucked up ultimately. And she come back in and opened the door to pull the mattress out, like, fuck. No, she went to open the door, and then I saw the truck speed off. And then a black truck showed up. A different one, completely different one, showed up to pick up the mattress. And they backed up really quick and almost backed right into the door, like was gonna bust it down, because I'm like, oh crap, I gotta open the door, like they're gonna bust it if I don't. And they're gonna bust it if I don't. I don't know, it just made me look at the door down here in the basement with the kicks and stuff. Like, oh, I gotta go unscrew that fucking thing so they don't break it. Or, I don't know, or the garage door, who knows? Because this was all happening in the basement and the garage. They were connected somehow, some way. They were connected. Looks like an elephant on the wall right now. I don't know why. I don't know the pattern on the wall. No, that actually looks like one of them fucking... Isn't it an ox skull? I don't know. I painted one of those. One of, like, ceramics I made. That's what it reminds me of, except it has longer horns than the one I painted. Because I think I painted a wolf for my father. This was when I was a kid. They came out really good, though. And I painted the skull one for my uncle. Well, that's the ones I got. I think there was an Indian one, too. Like, there was a tree. Yeah, it was in tree bark, and there was Indian faces or native faces and stuff. I like that one, too. I can't remember if my uncle has it or if my dad has it. I don't have any of my work anymore because the pumpkin I made broke. But whatever. Anyways, it don't matter. I have a baby pumpkin still. That's asleep. It's a sleeping one. It's a ceramic one. It was a set of 3, but there's only one left. Anyways, I don't know why the fuck I'm talking about that crap. So yeah, there was a fuck up. So the white truck was like shit, and then the black truck, whoever the hell was in that, was like, well, I'll clean up the fucking mess, basically. But they came in with a motherfucking bang, just let me say, because I was like, holy crap. So I don't know what that's all about. But anyways, that happened. And then, you know, the whole Christmas crap I was talking about. And I walk into that bedroom after I made that card and crap. And in the bedroom was my father and his brother. And the room was lit up. Like, it was a bright room, but it was a bedroom. And a bedroom is like a private area, ultimately. But, fucking boiler. I don't know, not much went on in there. Like, I don't know what they were doing or what they were talking about. But I just remember them being in there. And when I walked in, I gave my dad a hug. And I was really happy. I smiled and I was like, and what I said to him was, oh, I actually got to hug my dad on Christmas. I hugged him and then I said, I'm glad I got to wake up to my dad on Christmas. Something like that. I don't know. Which, I don't really understand that part of it completely, but he did call on Christmas. I missed the call that day, and I called him the next day and talked to him. But my sister talked to him when he had called on Christmas, so maybe she woke up to the call. I don't know. It's like I woke up to my dad on Christmas. I don't know why Brent was in the background in the corner. He didn't do anything or say anything. He was just fucking there, basically, in the dream at least. And then I walked out. Like, that was wicked quick. And he didn't show up in the dream again. So that could have just represented the phone call. Ultimately, I don't really know, like in real life, or I don't know. Anywho, I walked into. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough. That's probably loud the way I'm holding this fucking thing to my face. But yeah, I walked into the kitchen where Christmas is, basically. Well, I don't think this is my fucking Christmas. I don't know. It's really weird. But either way, because my dreams can represent other people too, so it could just be people in a situation or just feelings tied to crap too, you never know. But it seems to tie into the situation I keep talking about. But anyways, I walked into Christmas Town, basically, the fucking kitchen, and it was like, everyone was high, for one. Like, I don't know what they were all high on. I know that there was, like, weed and crap in there. But there was one dude that was up by the counter or the stove or something, and he was making cookies, because there was cookies everywhere. It's like a fucking cookie factory. And that could be code for something else, like, the Keebler elves are working hard today, you know what I mean? But anyway. So, one dude was making cookies, but they were making elaborate fucking cookies, too. Like, they were really pretty. Like, I don't know. It's like there's some talent in these fucking things. I didn't see what the dude was doing exactly, but he had a pile of it, like a pile of the cookies and stuff beside him on a counter. So it's like, whatever. And then there was 2 people sitting at a table. So there was the dude making cookies, and there was 2 people sitting down, probably fucking eating them. But beside, there was a girl and a guy. So 2 guys and a girl. And the guy was just kind of sitting there at the table, and the girl was she was fucking stoned, out of her mind or high or whatever. And there was a giant cookie beside her on the floor that looked like Santa Claus. And I was like, wow, that's a really cool cookie. It was really big. But anyways, she's sitting there, and she goes, would you like some coffee? And I'm like, yeah, I could use some coffee, fine, fuck it. So I walked around the table to get closer to where the girl was, And she like opens up the top of the cover to the coffee, and it wasn't coffee grounds. It was like fucking purple and blue. It was more like a blue color, like a blue powder. And she's like had scoops, and she's like kind of mixing it. And I was like, why are you mixing the fucking coffee? And why is the coffee blue? You know, like, she's like, it's a special kind of coffee. I'm like, oh, it's special. Why is it special? Like, what's in it, you know? And she's like, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then she told me that there was pot in it. And I'm like, oh, I don't smoke. No, I don't want that. I also just heard say no to blow. But anyway, in my head, I didn't hear that in the dream. I'm like, me, I don't really want that because I don't like to smoke because I feel like an idiot when I'm high. And that's legit. That's the truth. I just don't like it. And then she's like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm like, fuck it, it's Christmas. I'll have one cup, is what I said. I'll have one. You know, like, it's the holidays. We'll just go all out, you know? That's kind of what I said about the coffee. And then I was like, okay, so she wouldn't brew it for me, though. I had to get it myself. And I had to make it myself or something. So I was like, okay. There's 2 coffee pots. One was on the counter and one was like older. I don't know, it's a normal one where you put the filters in and shit, and it has a glass little whatever coffee pot. And then there was another one that reminds me of a Keurig, but not really. It's almost like an industrial coffee thing because it kind of had the little flippy thing like on a water cooler when you flip it up and the water comes out, like the tab. And that one was on the floor under the counter, just leaning up against the wall or something. And I was like, I thought that was the one. So I went over there and I accidentally hit the fucking button and there was like hot water pissing everywhere. And I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, what did I do? So I fixed it. I'm like, oh, there's a button. So I pushed the button and I turned it off. I was like, whoops. And it happened again. And I'm like, uh-oh.